For the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Panda is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Panda, I put it to you that until Panda is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from henceforth, you keep telling us you have 189, 185, and then 4 independent members. Go and marshal your numbers and come and do your business. Until Panda is resolved, we on this side will not cooperate. We are saying it again, we will not cooperate with you. Nobody's going anywhere. Well, we are not moving. We are not going anywhere. Well, for the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Panda is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Panda, I put it to you that until Panda is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from henceforth, you keep telling us you have 189, 185, and then 4 independent members. Go and marshal your numbers and come and do your business. Until Panda is resolved, we on this side will not cooperate. We are saying it again, we will not cooperate with you. Nobody's going anywhere. Well, we are not moving. We are not going anywhere.
All right. Ebushanfo Mamunina Akwaba. What do you expect? And Ebushanfo Empower Tapi why? But you're joining Biano Power Tapi now share live no mommy. While joining Biano Power Tapi na share live no mommy. Why? Power Tapi. Power Tapi na share live no. Na eneno ebeye butu. Ebeye butu. Please power tap and share the live. Let friends know say Ghana SMTV GH Aba live. The voice of MPP is live. Now and there our focus is on Ghana's Parliament. Ghana's Parliament. It's an cinema back with me no because when and easy cry because and then to call Parliament pa na easy. Na better cry. And please power tap and share the live. Power tap and share the live. Please power tap. It's going to be fire. Let's power tap. Please power tap and share the live. Let's power tap. So there is a heart button, okay? I say akumabisano. That is the button you should be power tapping on our YouTube, right? That is the button you should be. And then also you can share. You can share the link to your pages. Or to maybe I know share link to your pages. Let them know say the voice of MPP Maba live. But live no me what both YouTube and TikTok. But on say we videos can want na. Me say yenye wa YouTube. So that also bet me share video nibi. So that to give you the chance, the opportunity to also see the things I'm showing. Because enye easy kra. Nantokwa pa enye easy. Sena we next year was it 7th January? 7th January 2021. We one no This one is more than that one, cry. Enya easy. Enya easy. Ube share na ube say, asema meka no yenukre. We share na ube because enya easy. Enya easy. Na, hey, rade. Amemu fumpana. Hey, amemu fumpana. NDC for, edi, oh, the na ibane say na, ene, nyama be yesi ya. Ebane saying. Empower tackle.
Well, for the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Pandai is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Pandai, I put it to you that until Pandai is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from henceforth, you keep telling us you have 189, 185, and then 4 independent members. Go and marshal your numbers and come and do your business. Until Panda is resolved, we on this side will not cooperate. We are saying it again, we will not cooperate with you. And nobody is going anywhere. Well, we are not moving. We are not going anywhere. Well, for the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Pandai is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Pandai, I put it to you that until Pandai is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from henceforth, you keep telling us you have 189, 185, and then 4 independent members. Go and marshal your numbers and come and do your business. Until Panda
Amijidipa said, this is not what we have bargained for as a nation. As a minor, and you're way na you're bargaining for. Any say, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, last year, barely 1 year near Ghana phone and I call the various polling stations. And I call Tuaba. Once again, I'm reminding you, say, program we know about live say our YouTube. We were live on YouTube with a different camera, a different setup. I say the whole thing, I said the TV setup at TNO. And wow, per se videos are they say sound no me born and yes sound keke. Okay, yeah, so right, sorry. I know YouTube could not hear me. I've resolved it now. I know YouTube could not hear me. I've resolved it now. And they say no, our YouTube no, we can actually display even your comment. It mean display your comments in our YouTube. And we are up there. So please join now, and let's have an interaction on YouTube. So that videos no bet me ashwebi. Na Parliament to say no NDC for say more super majority. Super majority is saying almost more 2/3 plus of how do you call it? All the seats are available in Parliament, and they've been jubilating. But your page, YouTube page, why Ghana and Sem TV GH, Ghana and Sem TV GH. You were over 30,000 subscribers, and you call also to see me were live, see kasa. And please join on YouTube, and share the link. Share both the TikTok link and share the YouTube link. And this is for a more overwhelming majority of Parliament. Obiani or mukun. Ukraine and more a lot of numbers. Now, say a lot of numbers Ghana for bebre say the reason we have given you the numbers is because we want you to effect certain changes. Ewa ɔman mu nneɛma baako mmienu bi kɔ so a na ɔman no nyinaa gye di sɛ they don't like, they don't want, and they wanted things done around it. They wanted new and a fresh leadership. That is why they gave an overwhelming a majority to NDC. Now, from 7 January, NDC for a majority of this parliament, I believe this is the 9th parliament. Jimieni kosia semu kwano mudi was with that majority. Because anka NDC for yenkophobia amuye serious anka with the kind of majority Ghana for the amount all you will be interested in doing is say day in day out you want to quickly develop this nation. Because at the biara niwa a developmental issue would be called parliament that you can meet any resistance. There is no way such thing can ever happen. There cannot be any resistance. Now, if there is no resistance to adhere Udibano, why can't you develop this nation? Why can't you use AMU Nabesa Parliament to develop this nation? But instead of concentrating on developing this nation, what they are rather doing is say, Omudi Omunabes person bully MPP for. That's what they are doing. Now, Bushan for me, Kyle say you were live on YouTube. All the videos that from Parliament, I'm playing them on YouTube right now. So join us on YouTube. Ghana SMTV GH. Majority are Ghana for the ma NDC for no. Jimmy and Kwano Mudi Jimmy. Na Ghana for catch NDC for say, this time wabe bo a jack who at you and a jack where are you with us? Hide and seek with us. Ghanaians are not interested in any hide and seek game with the NDC. They want development. Development now mope. They want to see, say, their roads are being done. They want to see, say, the right legislation is being passed. That is what Ghanaians are interested in. That is what Ghanaians were demanding. And that is why Ghanaians said, say, okay, MPP, let's give the chance to NDC to come and let's see what they have to offer. That is what Ghanaians wanted. That is what Ghanaians are demanding for. Is this too much to ask? Now, Musoria, de Biano, Mudiemu or super majority. Super majority is what make brofo. Super majority, no. And I was super majority no. Brofo. To the extent, say, majority leader, Mahama Ayariga to make us say, even though they have the numbers, MPP for bully or more parliament. Now say MPP for bully more parliament, then I would bully mu enye numbers. I join any brofo, and yes, I join any brofo. Now say I join any brofo. The English is there for all of us. Meaning microphobia, school no man sharan kobisa, but ebanu brofo, they've been able to self-educate. They've been able to self-educate. Right? And they've been able to show. So it doesn't matter, say, me school no man sharan kosa, pachawa YouTube no soon, pacha power tapping. Why? Keep power tapping on YouTube. Keep tapping on the heart. Or YouTube. TikTok for some power tapping, sir. It does not matter. Now, NDC 4 there, I don't know what they thought is done in Parliament. Because what be brea, I tibon kosu for master ko good Parliament honum there. I don't know. I mean, asem I catch you before muko Parliament honum. As I'll be catch you say ye chetty. Any biscuit or parliament and your munkobi and I munye na mukofa form some person MPs. Because and yes, sir, I don't understand why somebody will say he has prepared to become a parliamentarian. You prepare to become a parliamentarian, and even common speech, untimima, to say obi to say Kaswa MP say. Kaswa MP. Why any need this how I come sin there on Timinia MP biom or betu how I come sin, betu how I come sin. Obetu how I come sin speech. Aya churama say kikan keke. Untimi kikan. Speech aya churama o. Asemesi. Yes, see what happened. Come and say your side of the story. Yeah, the speech amount. Because asem na yeti. Because asem nkwa na yeti. Now, despite this, you still have enough time. In fact, even under this parliament, Speaker TV who say NTC for me a T-Bon also for us, I will say, okay, wait the way man say, me the a scholarship back. And right now, as we are speaking, MPs have a scholarship to learn Stremusian Bro for adult education. As I said, T-Bon also for ya do sudodo. T-Bon also for no, amu ya do sudodo. And the speaker say, even though mu was scano, still by force, I said, Mukosi identity, my scholarship. And I am more scholarship. Now, what happened today? And I say, identity as I say, our parliament, MPP force omum pinema are buying business, ekosubio. Now, I want to play this speech for you from Chief Whip, Minority Chief Whip, era Annoh Dompreh. And me say, what you TikTok the best thing is where joining YouTube. Because if you are on YouTube, you can see the videos that I'm showing. But over TikTok you can only hear the sound. But over YouTube, you can see the videos for yourself and see what is being narrated. Right? And YouTube, you can find us on Ghana and Sem TV GH. That page, over 30,000 subscribers. Now, my lives is saying so. And when you come, that is the way to find me. Let's listen to what Annoh Dompreh had to say about what is going on in Parliament.
Well, for the records, we want to make it very clear to you that you cannot scare anybody here. Now, until Pandai is resolved, government business will suffer. Get away. Get it clear. Get it clear. Until Pandai, I put it to you that until Pandai is resolved, government business is going to suffer. And from hence.
Okay, Ebushanfo, welcome back. As I say, now NDC for Philly said because of more nabes, no. And when I say, omudi because assembly abeba parliament. Now omudi ba. Now one make it now say speaker I can say those who are for say yeah. Now one say yeah. Those who are against say no. Then they say no. Then they say the yes have it. But and him say parliament no tricky. There are various ways that whether you have nabes or not, you can make your voice heard or parliament. And that's why sometimes you can see say NPP, even though we don't have the numbers as much, we are not really worried because we know we have other ways. Now, one of the ways, any walkout, you can stage a walkout. To say, I can do parliament, they say, now, person bibi. Now, you say, I say, NDC phone, what can you do? You can quickly stage a walkout so that you don't have the numbers to actually make business that very day. That is one of the alternatives. Another alternative is say, yeba na ye won say adia NDC fourth person mu ye no. I say ye ni njehu sa na omu kasa ebeye togbe ye say ye mpini and will sink to interrupt it because whilst we are singing, the speaker will not be able to hear you. And if the speaker is not able to hear you, how are you going to conduct business? There's no way you can conduct business. And also, one of the avenues that are available for a mighty minority. Now, we have realized, over the time, I say NDC for, abusing minority for dodo. Teti NS kumisama. Guy nuko wuye. Guy no they were so bold enough to come to his funeral. And the mighty minority for said, Ebio, say, just uncle ma umutiti esana ye wa. They will come and smile at our funeral. So we will not allow for a dear NDC for the year and escumino, yen penis at the NCBO. And he will match them boot for boot. Now, an escumio, we no. we went into a primaries, and we also what happened? By-election rather. So we also what happened? The way Chairman Azoka and his boys came to display there. And then in the end, you see, NDC ne winning here. Right. NDC winning, no problem. So we moved away from Akwetia. MPP is trying to pick up our pieces. That's what we are trying to do. We are like a het lion. We are not at our fullest strength. We understand that. And then pass say no on my way no ebano Ghana. We are disadvantaged. Of course we are. But even though we are disadvantaged, it does not mean there it is over with us. No. No matter how wounded a lion is, at least roaring there, they want to scare the small goats away there. Come on, that one there we have. We definitely have. Now, after they got Akwetia seat, they say no omudi omuni ekosiye Pandai seat no so. Pandai seat is one of the few seats that MPP still has a northern region hono. Pandai. Now, that Pandai seat crown. Before MPP was able to get it, na easy. Yeah, bray ankasa. Na moamu himself not for the NDC stronghold enti. For MPP to get a seat, yes. Edaima says it. Say a wounded lion can roar to maintain his territory. Yes. That is it. Right? Now, Meka also say you live our YouTube, say you're streaming our YouTube, and see videos via all the videos I'm playing now. Kindly join us live our YouTube here. So they have set their eyes, their gaze, our Pandai seat, so say no matter what we do, they are going to take that seat also from us. Now, they went to court, Tamale High Court. Judgment by, in fact, for the very first time, not the first time, but under this government, under the NDC government from 7 January till now, we've been seeing a couple of weird things, but beside them, we didn't know that it will get this much. We did not realize that it will become this much. At all. Now, the judge, already judgment. Almost 3 days after judgment, now copy of the judgment was not available to the minority. Judge has read a verdict, and the verdict is read. His reasoning is not available for the minority. Why was it not available for the minority? Because before the minority can appeal, before we can appeal whatever this judge has declared, we need a judgment. Because Oko appeal process more, you need what the judge thinks and what you think that the judge did not consider. These are the things you send to appeal. So once the judge is delaying the judgment now, you can have your response ready, but you don't have an entire complete file to submit. So Apenyo Markin had to run to Parliament, or the day of Parliament, I say, judgment no buy, my speaker, my own time, before the judgment was given to them. Now, this judgment that was given to them, together with the response of the lawyers of the MP for Pandai, have been submitted for appeal. Now, the case has not yet been heard at the appeal level. This is what is happening in Pandai. And this is why there's chaos in Parliament as we are speaking right now. The reason you saw people fighting in Parliament, and the Pandai MP, I catch the speaker who say, whatever ruling that the court in Tamale has given now, and you're final. Because in Ghana, we have various stages that you can litigate an issue. You see litigator who say, the Asema court. Okay? Now, the High Court is not even the last resort. There be from High Court, you go to appeal. Wait me appeals court. Appeals court no judge back in na case. 3, 5, thereabout. They sit on the case and they listen to the case all over again. Then they also pass their judgment, their ruling. Now, says judges are more appeals court honum, or more pass your judgment, and you still feel say you have not gotten justice, you have the right to go to the Supreme Court of Ghana. Now, uko Supreme Court mpwa. And you say, oh, wako Supreme Court not declare until that's the end debut. Say uko Supreme Court now asema odi buy. Ebia, the initial panel that was set up, a panel of 5 people, 5 judges that have been set up. Say, you people are the ones sitting on this case. That is not the end. That's just the beginning. Because after the past judgment, say still you are not convinced that you have gotten justice, you can still apply for a judicial review. Now, start review, what will happen is say those 5 judges will be maintained and they will add another 2. Okay, so they will make 7 judges to listen. And then, if you are still not, you can do that until you have exhausted all there is at the Supreme Court. Now, from Ghana's Supreme Court, who feel say you were not treated fairly, because I can tell you an authority say, right now, I cannot guarantee, I cannot say for a fact say, obi bia obeko court system ni mu nyina wo Ghana ha no, ubenya justice. Me, I can't guarantee it. I cannot. Because we've all seen what has happened just this past 1 year. You've seen it. We've seen how things that do not even happen. Last time, a bare Sunday or so, yet he said there was an attempted coup. Beni. Yes, sir. Soldiers, no bra. When the soldiers appeared on the television, what did they say? They've dissolved parliament. They dissolved the executive. They did not say they dissolved the judiciary. When you go into Omambia, a military rule krana, soldiers are careful to leave the judiciary alone. Because once you touch the judiciary, chaos, anarchy, the mighty will bully the weak. That is what will happen the moment you touch the judiciary. And even the days of Jerry John Rawlings, as a military leader in Nano, you realize, say, he did not really touch the courts. It is for that reason that when they had issues with some judges, they resorted to murdering them instead of removing them, because there is this respect for the judiciary. But for the first time, a democratic leader, in the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, had the impudence, the temerity, the courage to remove the Chief Justice of this republic, our mother, Gertrude Tokuno. So since then, I've become a little bit skeptical about any judicial service. I've become skeptical. And I pray, say, within these years, these 3 years that are left, I wouldn't have any issue that I want to go to court. Because I can't trust whatever is going to be delivered there. So as I was saying, say, Assembly Yediwo Supreme Court, now still feel say, oh, I'm not happy with the kind of judgment that has been given. You still have the opportunity. Opportunity will hold. So we call ECOWAS Court. ECOWAS Court, whatever the decision is there, is binding to Ghana's court. Because you are part of ECOWAS. Even at ECOWAS level, if you feel, once again, that you have not gotten a justice, AU court or African Union, court or. So when an issue before the court. Now, this very one, crowd is even the court of the land at appeals level. At them, when I say, oh, yeah, as a Speaker of Parliament, you wait for the resolution of the case. And yes, sir, you wait. Sir, after the court has judged on the issue, has passed a ruling, that is when you can come and say, sir, oh, the person who is involved has agreed, say, the court ruling, no, we to, and I'm declaring a Pandai seat no vacant. The speaker did not do this. Speaker Gbagben did not do this simple and logical thing. He has made the clerk of parliament to write to the electoral commissioner. Say, Pandai state no, has become vacant because of the ruling of the Tamale High Court. Minority is like, how possible, say, Asema Ewo Court, ruling yam by, then the clerk of parliament, who is supposed to be a non-partisan clerk. As a clerk of parliament, you cannot be partisan. No. Unti partisan. That is why MPP will not become majority and say that they have come with their own clerk. No. No, it doesn't work like that. So as the clerk of a parliament, no, you are supposed to be neutral. And all who work under you are supposed to be neutral. But already, we started seeing signs and symptoms that some of the clerks might have become biased at some point. You remember, said during the vetting, near CA, when a clerk schedules for a committee sitting and the minority side is not even aware. Right? We again remember when a clerk tries to swear in someone who was coming for vetting, when members of the committee are still having outstanding issues to resolve. That was what led to that infamous fight, ISC, or you remember during the vetting of, I think, Okujetu Ablakwa. So already you see that the trend of the NDC, just under them, judiciary, you can't trust. Clerks of parliament also, you can't trust. So you understand why those of us in the MPP, no, we'll start watching some of the things that our parliament is saying, and we'll interpret it. Of course, as for the interpretation we'll have to interpret it. We have to interpret it to the people. Because if we should remain quiet now, if we should keep quiet now, posterity will judge us. YouTube for power tap why? Why want you to be a power tap? Ne comment it. Why? Comment it. If NPP for we say that because you are in opposition and see whatever happens, no, we don't care. Can afford na open na posterity will judge us. They will not even listen to us say, oh, They will not hear that. They wouldn't even want to give us that chance to even explain ourselves in that manner. They will judge us. That is why Senkrofoko Feli was here. We have to talk. That is why if there's an attempt to overthrow our constitution, we must talk. The same way, the Speaker of Parliament, we have to talk. And so I'm happy, so much happy with the way mighty minority, as it stands now, is carrying itself in Parliament under the leadership of the indefatigable Osahen Apenyomaken, a son of the voter land, where the son of the voter land, pay and farming, or a votarian. Osahi afenyo marking or a votarian. We need about 4 mumpo a votarian. And he's the leader of the mighty minority. By now he was not in parliament. And now any deputy. Any deputy per se, but the minority chief whip. Annoh Dompreh. Nsawam. He's the one who stood steadfast. And you see, I'll be having a conversation with my good brother Eda Emmanuel, who is watching us, who is on the live. And every time, no, my view is say we are a leader, and you want us to respect you as a leader. We must be able to see traits of you, what you believe, what you stand for, in your followers. And this afenyo keniwa. Eye mami Patricia Piaget should be able to stand on her feet and do the same thing Afenyo Markin will have done. And today, we saw how she stood. Yeah, mommy. Or see, nobody is leaving parliament. Say this for Phyllis say, Adia Muyeno, MP Becca say, oh, and free parliament, mom, we jam enjoy more. And being sit there. And I like the speech that Annoh Dompreh gave. That MPP, we are not scared of a BAO NDC. We are not scared. The truth of the matter is saying, Yakupon Epen say, Yakupon. You see, when you go into every family, there are some children that will be recalcitrant. And there are some also who will be good children. In every family, if you be a man and woman, yes, sir. That is it. If the way NDC for a giddy giddy, the way NDC for me giddy giddy giddy. If God had allowed AMPP for also to be the same way, we will not have a country. We will not have a country. That is why sometimes you always tend to feel say, I don't know, NPP for there, why they always I say book law. If NPP for ankaya book law ankaya so gidi gidi, epetogbe nibia, we will not have a nation. And God being so wise has made it so. Ebushon for YouTube channel no, edinu newo ahai Ghana TVGH. I'm streaming there right now also. So and now over parliament no MPP for almost straightforward. Almost see. I hear Juma up to a point. We are tired. We want to go. Speaker don't see Debbie. I will not allow you to go. Number one, no. Number two, MPP4 say, already you speaker no, you have already decreased our numbers again by declaring a Pandai seat vacant. And one of our own, our MP, that seat any bona fide no, unto me by parliament bill until the issue is resolved, because we are not in a banana republic. Once the speaker through the clerk has declared your seat vacant, you cannot come to parliament again. But you know, sir, we in the minority, no, every single member is important to us. Every single member. There is nobody that is more important than anybody on your minority side, no. Nobody. Everyone is important. Now, I say everyone is important to us. Sir. What it means, they say, for the speaker to sack, quote unquote, one of our own, because the issue has not been resolved by any competent court of jurisdiction yet. We have issues with it. So we will not proceed. Now, you say, a free parliament, they will continue. Like the way they did with the gold board. That gold board, yes, sorry, they were there. They will read nonsense. And they will say, yeah. Read nonsense and say, yeah. But for the sake of Ghana, and MPP for some better now, They will sit down there and they will distract proceedings. Now, when you go into parliamentary proceedings, allowed though, is one of the ventures available, one of the tools available. If you disagree with a thing or two, and you have used all the other channels, and there has not been any agreement reached. What you say? So before even this fight started, they went on a break. The speaker with the leaderships, both majority and minorities. But when they came back, Speaker Gbagbin came to maintain his stance. Bill, or no start here. That was where the issue began from. If they had come back from the consultation, now Speaker Gbagbin Beka say, oh, after consulting, me who say, oh, okay, ABR, the harm is already done. But we have to meet a minority for halfway. Right? I'm not sure say it will have become to this extent. We were seeing blows. Blows, pow. And I'm saying next year, 7 January 2021, now is small. Next year and then, any the real deal. It was that bad. Now, why I want to show a video no year, no? I'm showing it right now over YouTube. Come and have a look for yourself. It was terrible, if I may use that word. Very, very terrible.
To move that this honorable house adopt the report of the committee. No, this is Committee on Defense and Interior on the allocation of the sum of 10 million for the services of the Ministry of Defense for the year ending 31st December 2026. I so move.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. I'll rise to second the motion. 30 on the...
To move that this honorable house adopt the report of the committee. No, this is Committee on Defense and Interior on the allocation of the sum of 10 million for the services of the Ministry of Defense for the year ending 31st December 2026. I so move.
When all these things were going on, minority force say omuntiasie. And Tisebeya, and as Speaker of Parliament, the videos is still being shown on YouTube. And what about me joining what YouTube has to see and see for yourself. And the speaker should do the honorable thing now. Now, say no. That is when minority phones almost sorry from seats mo. She says, Sadia, I boy in after all, a buying a government is the one that requires cooperation. Minority has nothing to lose. Minority, we don't have anything to lose. I buy an ordinary budget take up parliament. Now you see how they were in hurry. So much hurry. Ebra, kasakasa no buy. You see how they were doing everything possible to quickly pass all those fraudulent figures. I heard something like Ministry of Sam George in the ministry. Over 1 billion Ghana cedis. That is what Sam George's ministry is going to spend next year. Yeah. Yeah, Irene, you are welcome. Irene, you are welcome. Over 1 billion. Sam George ministry nkwa. You ask yourself, say, I then put here Sam George, oh yeah, next year, on my new sika. 1 billion on nkwa in ministry. But are you surprised? I'm not surprised. I am not surprised in any way. Why am I not surprised? I'm not surprised because now say communication, government communication on quantum di 78 million 9 months more. And the St. George ministry or di 1 billion and yeshi. And that no me buy me go our money, Ghana money, or Mahama de chop am nyafu. Yeah. This is what we are and we have sad days ahead of us, eh? Very, very sad days. It is only God that can help us. On my way, because things are not well at all. Joan on YouTube said WWE and Emmanuel said, hey, this happened in Parliament today. Yes, it happened in Parliament today. It happened in Parliament today. It happened in Parliament. We have another
microphone, and we'll reply you. So you can say whatever you want to say. No, but let me make it very. You cannot scare me. You cannot scare me. Whatever I want to say, I'll say it. If you want to speak, rise up and catch the eye of the speaker. You cannot scare me. You can't. What can you do? Speaker,
GH Mesa Parliament. Any GH Mesa Parliament. Any our honorable people Adentia, because a group of people calling themselves NDC MPs there, they do not believe in diplomacy. NDC for pair their from diplomacy. They don't know how to be tactful. And tell them what you say, bibia de entokwa bibia entokwa, bibia strength. Eban adwin on the bedwin, they will bring in things that would advance this nation there. Enu de omu nibi. Omu de na say ntokwa bibia ntokwa one there. Oho na omu niji wo. Wherever there is fight, that's where they are. They love to fight. They love to be aggressive. Yeah. Joan says that ungovernability has been the NDC's hallmark for long. Yeah. I agree with you. NDC always thrives where there is chaos. Baby a gidi wono, oho na NDC fope. Baby a ntokwa wono, oho na omupe. That is where they feel at home at. Yeah. That is where they love to be. Wherever there is chaos and fight. But when this in war. So after 7th December, even when Dr. Baumia had come out, now be consider and say, oh, election in the Yeri. Yeri, yes, you report. And see, our friend in here, John Mahama, His Excellency, to congratulate him. Say, yeah, huni ekoso. Yeah, huni. You saw what happened after that. How these people still misbehaved, though. The way they still misbehaved. The way they still misbehave, even though His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia had called to concede. Because now my dreaming in say, send Tokwensi. Na Tokwana and see they have to do everything possible to make it happen. YouTube number. And the man who is causing all this thing, the one who is causing all this thing, who should have known better, our speaker Bagbin, he was sitting down there. So Speaker Bagbin was sitting down there. Come to YouTube and come and see. He was there and was watching it happen. That is what happens when a group of people become tired. I won't say Israel for Abraham more Egypt now. When they were in Egypt, every day they were having their ways. Egypt for they were having their ways. When they became tired of the aggression, of the slavery, they started fighting. They were fighting back. That was how come Moses, typical who will be on the Egyptian or Muku, and Moses went to help. Yeah. How did we get here as Omai? How did we get here? We told Ghanaians, so Ghana for you catch them, you pass it on my way. NDC for they don't know how to govern a nation. They don't know anything about this country. They cannot help. All these things we are seeing today could have been prevented. Oh, they could have been easily prevented. We wouldn't have been here. You will not have been here today. Anka 7 January, 7 December, you got to Abanoma Dr. Baumia. We will not waste our time near my Parliament. Parliament. YouTube never should be. Parliament. And you know, the painful aspect, they say, whilst all this is happening, international community, they are watching it too. Yeah. America for share, Germany for share, France for share, Russia for share, Ukraine for share, Israel for share, Australia for share, Obia share, South Africa for, Nigeria for share. So how would they take us serious? And to go embassy be say pay visa. They will say Ghana any pay visa cause for pay baby tina muna parliament cry no muntimi keep order. Yes, it will affect you. If you think it will not affect you and try it will affect you. And let me just play this for you to hear. How the speaker kept on accepting motions in all this chaos.
Since there's no further consideration, I put the question. Those in favor of the motion, say aye. Those against, say no.
Item number 19.
Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted.
No, 19. You have to repeat it. Where's the minister? She come. No, he says that he didn't.
So you see the chaos? Whilst all this were ongoing now, Speaker Bagbin was still sitting down there in the midst of the chaos, accepting motions. And to your mind, maybe so. Wait a minute, sir. How will you get a working nation this way? Oh, you like more than one me? How are you going to make sure, say, you have a working nation, a working Ghana, when they are reading motions? Budget, Omunka say, we 2026 budget that is being approved. Now, a approving budget, no. Confusion is ongoing, chaos is ongoing, fight is ongoing. And they are still reading through the microphone. Nobody is listening. Then only the speaker is there saying, don't say aye, no say no. This is Ghana. Mobile. It's so sad. Very sad. And it is even, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I get sad. I get sad when I see some of these things happen. Because when MPP comes back, we are going to face the consequences. All these budgets that have been approved, a bra confusion no. They say, I'm going to 3 presidential jets. Baku mienu miensa. Over 1 billion. When you end this MPP 2029, we are the ones coming to suffer for it. And Rebecca said, so did we go or did we come? Yeah, Koyana say bye. Come and watch the videos. I watch YouTube. Ghana 7 TVGH page me live says here. Come and watch. And easy cry. So why YouTube so power tap? Why power tap? Why YouTube be no power tap? Why? Love button also. Now for baby into me share. Right? I'm sad. I'm very, very sad. I'm very, very sad. Now, let's move away from Parliament in Tokwa. Mati say, yeah, papa. Yeah, BBA. Honorable Kennedy Ohini Japan. Our Onwani region. Any home region, central region. Now, our central region, or campaign now. We know already. Say, me one thing about me is say me obi a campaign na me dey family who because I understand say I say obi a campaign. I say obi a campaign. Say yes, CMP now obi a campaigner, and they say is not being really. We are not being really fair. And the media, I believe, per se, everybody is entitled to do their campaign, and that is the beauty of democracy. So wait, my campaign, and yes, sir. But uka assembly or campaign trio nuswa. We also can, as a matter of fact, watch and reply. So you are free to say whatever you want to say whilst campaigning. We are also free to scrutinize whatever you say. And our central region, no. I mean, so let me read some comment from YouTube first. Someone said, John says that Dr. Baumia tactically considered like a true gentleman, and that is how he won my heart. Who can match his economic powers in this country? We have such a great economist, but denied autonomy. Sad. I like that. Yes, because most of the people, did not really like Dr. Baumia because he was painted as a liar. NDC4, they know how to paint people, how to tag people. But beyond that, they were over 8th December, when the whole country was on the edge and came to concede, it won a lot of people's heart. Anytime I can say I can't 9 pay, and no, I can't 9 pay. Because Ghanaians are now convinced, a peaceful person, a leader. He's not hungry for power. He's not desperate.